This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, we have the second part of our Hazleton Integration Project Holiday Celebration Preview. Welcome to another edition of FYI on SSPTV. I'm Ken Carr. Before we get to our interview with HIP, we have some headlines for you. Shots rang out this afternoon in Hazleton, triggering a lockdown at schools in that neighborhood. According to our media partner, the Hazleton Standard Speaker, police responded to a report of shots fired between two vehicles on Garibaldi Court near 3rd and Carson Streets around 2 this afternoon. The investigation led them to 8th and Garfield Streets, where they had a man in handcuffs. The incident triggered a lockdown at Arthur Street Elementary Middle School and the Hazleton Elementary Middle School. Holy Family Academy on North Laurel Street was also alerted as students were being dismissed at that time. Now, today's incident came just hours after a 17-year-old boy was flown to a trauma center after being shot last night in Hazleton. Police were dispatched to Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton to investigate a report of a male gunshot victim just after 9 p.m. The teen was then flown to a trauma center for further treatment. There is no word on his condition. Police determined that the shooting occurred in the area of East 2nd Street and Scott Court. Anyone with information on the shooting is asked to call Hazleton Police by dialing 911. All calls are confidential. There's no word on whether or not last night's shooting and today's incidents are connected. The Freeland area will come together this weekend to remember a man who lost his life in a terrible fire. The event is being called a memorial for Mark Cherisaro, and it will take place on Sunday at 1 p.m. at the Jetto Stars. The event will feature entertainment from DJ Rocking Ray Hinkle Sr., a pool tournament, and tricky trays. Donations for the family will be accepted. Organizers say that they hope to see all of Mark's closest friends to make this day a special one and to have a great time the way Mark would have wanted. 40-year-old Mark Cherisaro died after being rescued from his second-floor bedroom after fire broke out in a double home on Vine Street in Freeland on December 11th. His death has been ruled accidental. State and local officials gathered at the site of a Hazleton railroad crossing yesterday. The meeting came about after a Hazleton area school district bus was struck by a railroad crossing gate at that site earlier this month. The bus driver had stopped at the tracks as required by law. While there were students on the bus, no one was injured. That incident triggered representatives from the Public Utility Commission, PennDOT, Norfolk Southern Railroad, and the City of Hazleton to take a first-hand look at the railroad crossing. Officials noted that visibility in that area would be improved if some nearby shrubbery was removed and parking was not allowed at the bus station nearby. Because of the incident with the gate, the school district has since rerouted the bus, avoiding the railroad crossing. The PUC will now evaluate the information gathered at yesterday's meeting. One safety improvement project in our area is almost complete. PennDOT press officer James May tells FYI that road work along Route 309 in the mountaintop area will wrap up very soon.
Right now, if the weather cooperates, we should have it wrapped up by Christmas time. It's a single lane going up the mountain, single lane coming down the mountain, but we hope to have it 2 lanes going up, 2 lanes going down by the end of this month. We'll be doing some additional work in the spring, but it won't impact the traffic. So good things coming to the folks there who travel that mountain on a regular basis.
And the reason the work had to be done in the first place?
We're widening the rock cut area. We had issues of water and rocks coming down onto the mountain. Also, anytime that you have a road that goes through a rock cut, the sun can't get down and melt the snow and ice like it does in other areas. So we had issues with the water coming down, freezing, and so for safety reasons, we're widening that rock cut. And we're not widening the road, just the rock cut for safety purposes.
Again, the construction along Route 309 in Mountaintop should be completed soon, and that is good news for anyone who travels that area on a regular basis. Hazleton City Council has passed a tentative 2015 budget totaling $9.28 million. Council approved it on second reading last night. The new spending plan means no tax increase. The mayor had requested an increase to provide raises for a handful of non-union employees. The budget also eliminates a controversial maintenance fee for the stormwater system. Last night's meeting became heated at times, and both the mayor and city administrator left before it ended. The budget must pass on third reading, and the mayor has the option to veto it. For more on the proposed spending plan, check out Sam Galski's story in today's Standard Speaker. Well, everyone get out your Hazleton Integration Project holiday celebration party hats. Got mine at Bob's Sporting Goods last night. Yesterday, we talked about the free show. Hazleton Kids Have Talent on Saturday night at the Wiltsey Center. Tonight, we'll talk about the 2 events going on Thursday and Friday with HIP President Bob Curry and Chicago Cubs manager Joe Madden. There's a lot of other events going on this week. Cal Ripken Jr. coming to town on Thursday, and then Friday night banquet. What has your life been like the past few days?
It's really pretty interesting. It's kind of like planning 4 weddings at the same time. You just keep as many of those plates in the air as you possibly can. But it's all worth it. I mean, everything that we do comes down to something else. I mean, we love having these events. It's all good. Bringing the celebrities into town, everybody gets really excited. But what Joe was mentioning is the good hard work that is being done within these 4 walls. And that's really what, as Joe uses the term, spectacular. When you see the kids and the difference that one individual can make in these kids' lives, it's really extraordinary. So it gives you an opportunity to do the right thing, to be part of something greater, to be part of a community. And I don't think there's anything more important than that. Every kid needs to know something. They need to know that somebody here cares about them. Doesn't matter what their background is, doesn't matter if they have an accent, but somebody in the city of Hazleton cares. And that's what we try to provide, and that's what we invite Joe and I and everyone else. Everybody, walk in the door. It'll change your life.
For the banquet, is everyone ready? All of your friends who are coming to town, baseball people, ready for Friday night?
Oh, yeah. Of course, Tommy's flying in on his own private jet, the Tommy Lasorda jet. He'll be coming on in. And Orlando Cepeda, which is really exciting for me. Actually, in California, on my wall, I have a letter from Harry Carey. In 1967, I wrote to him telling him about the Altmiller Playground Championship baseball team. And I was sitting in the front row. My name on that underneath there, probably Phil Sarno took the photograph, was Joey Cha-Cha Madden. I was that much of a Cepeda fan. And then when I was in high school or whatever, I think it was high school, I had an Orlando Cepeda bat, a Louisville Slugger that was broken so many times. I had so many Brad nails. My dad would take it downstairs, we'd glue it, nail it, tape it, and I would stand up there like Cepeda. That's what kind of a fan I am. I met Mr. Cepeda, Orlando, at the World Series in 2002. Really excited about having him here, among other people. So these guys are really wonderful, taking their time to come here to support our cause. And again, I think we're almost sold out, or we are sold out already. But it's going to be a wonderful evening at Genetti's.
Bob had his party hat on. Remember, the fireside chat is invite only and the banquet is sold out, but we will have coverage of those events. And you can be a part of Hazleton Kids Have Talent. That's a free admission show at the Wiltsey Center on Wyoming Street on Saturday night at 7 p.m. Going to have Hip Hat Head now. So there's another sports legend coming to our area on Friday night at Pat Brogan's 11th annual Help Find a Cure for Dystonia fundraiser. The fund starts at 6 p.m. at the Hazleton Elks Club on Broad Street. Everyone is welcome. There's no charge to get in, but donations will be accepted. Penn State All-American football player Bruce Clark, who played in the 1970s for Joe Paterno, will be there, along with the band Rehab Rocks. Come enjoy homemade food and a sports memorabilia auction starting at 6 p.m. That's this Friday at the Elks Club in Hazleton. Later on FYI, we'll talk with 3 men involved in starting a semi-pro football team in Hazleton. And next, we have some advice from PennDOT that could save your life. Stay tuned.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Every Thursday, FYI takes you in your community, and we focus on the revitalization efforts of the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress and all the good works that are happening right now in the downtown area. And we're pleased to welcome today to our studios Alan Whitaker, who is the Senior Financial Advisor with Whitaker Investment Group, also affiliated with Wells Fargo Advisors. And Alan and his father, Art Whitaker, have been instrumental in the downtown for so many years with their business. They've been here for a long, long time. So, Alan, I guess tell us about your business and what is happening there in downtown Hazleton for you.
Well, we're over in the Markle building, and we built a new suite there a couple years ago, and we enjoyed it very much. Our business was located in another part of the area for many years, and now we're back downtown, and we're enjoying it very much.
Now, tell us a little bit about what your business does, what happens there.
Well, we do investment management for our clients and related financial services, and it's a work in progress. It's a very active business, a lot of external forces at work that we can't control, so it's something that keeps us very busy.
Obviously, you believe in the downtown, that you're in the Markle building, which started as the hub of all of this revitalization effort in the downtown. So why was it important for you to be down there, and what are you thinking when you see what is happening all around you?
Well, the first motivation to come downtown was when we walked into the Markle and saw what we could do, how you could build a space exactly the way you wanted it. And we saw all the great things that the Hayden family had done to the building. We got a feeling that, maybe downtown is going to turn around and this is where we'd want to be.
Well, you are so right with what is happening. So how impressed are you when you hear the news and see what is happening with more and more things coming to the downtown and the revitalization in full swing?
Well, it's shocking. Most people, I think, can't believe it. When you see the walkways being built over Wyoming Street and the alley to the parking garage, when you see the renovation of the Traders Bank, it's just amazing, and downtown has a good feel again, and I hope it continues.
Well, that's very nicely said. I totally agree with you on that. And we'll give you a shameless plug. If anyone is interested in investments, what is a number that they would call if they'd like to talk with you?
Well, our number is 570-455-9500.
Well, continued success in the downtown. We hope you're here for many more years and that many more businesses come and join you.
Thank you.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
This is St. Joseph's Church in Hazleton, right across the street from Holy Family Academy, where we were working on a Christmas story this afternoon. If you're hoping for a white Christmas, we're getting there on our forecast. Not quite there yet, but we'll get there, I promise. Let's check out our local weather forecast from the National Weather Service now. Tonight, mostly cloudy. We'll get down to 25 degrees on the extended forecast. Friday, partly sunny, a degree above freezing, 33 degrees. Friday night, we'll get down to 21. Saturday looks partly sunny with a high of 32. Saturday night, 26 degrees for that program at the Wiltsey Center from the Hazleton Integration Project. Sunday, mostly cloudy with a high near 35. Sunday night, mostly cloudy, low of 25. Chance of showers moves back into the area to start Christmas week. A chance of rain and snow showers, 40% chance, high of 37 at night. 50% chance of rain and snow showers, low around 32 degrees.
Ready for the winter season, but is your car ready for the winter season? We've had some snow already, and I'm sure we're going to get hit a few more times before winter is officially over. Here to give us some advice on how you can stay safe and keep your car winterized as well is James May, who is the Regional Press Officer for the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation in our area. James, nice to have you here. We need to have our cars in good shape when we're hitting out on the roadways in Pennsylvania and across the country. So what kind of tips do we need to know?
Well, I don't know if I'm ever fully ready for winter myself, but you're right. One of the things that we can do, whether or not we are ready, is that we can get our cars ready. And this is the time of year to really encourage folks to go out and to either look over the car yourself, or even better, to take it into a mechanic and have them look it over. Because you see these stories every so often of somebody who's out and they're traveling along somewhere and they get stuck in the snow for 24, 48 hours. And many times we can go back and look and realize that their car wasn't properly serviced ahead of time. So a number of things you can do. Make sure that your wipers are good. This is a good time to take it in and get new wipers on your car. Make sure all your headlights are working, your tail lights are working, and that when you're driving that they are free of snow and ice. One of the most important things is make sure you have good tires on your car. For me, I know that we have some new drivers. My oldest son had just started driving a couple years ago, and my middle son now has his permit. So just about 2 weeks ago, I went out and got new tires on the car. You may even want to consider snow tires as well for this time of year. So just to make sure that you have those type of things. And it's an investment. Yes, tires these days are pretty expensive, but you want to make sure you have good tires on your car, because you never want to look back and see that there was an accident that took place because you didn't have good tires on your car. So along with the outside, obviously you want to make sure that the inside is taken care of, the engine, that you have the proper amount of fluids, that the brakes are working well. So this is a good time. You always say when you change your clocks ahead to check your smoke detectors. Well, when that first snow comes, or even before the first snow, that's a good time to go in and just check your car and make sure that it's all in good working condition, because it's tough enough to drive in the snow conditions, but if you have some issues with your car, it makes it even more difficult.
I'm assuming we're all going to do what you just said, but in case we still find ourselves broken down along the roadways somewhere, what do we need to have in our car so that we are safe until help comes?
And one of the things that's important for people to keep in mind is that if you do break down, most of the time it's best to stay with your car. That if you have the proper resources there in your car, most of the time when you hear about someone who was broken down and ended up getting killed, it was because they got out of the car and they tried walking to go find help. So as tough as it is, in most cases, it's best to stay with the vehicle and let help come to you rather than going out and walking, because it's so easy to get disoriented and lost. But you do want to have an emergency kit there prepared in your car. The type of things that you would have in that kit would be a bag of some kind of salt, ice, abrasive material. Even kitty litter would work for that, to have something to help you get unstuck if you're stuck. A small snow shovel, snow brush, flashlight, gloves and mittens. Make sure you have a blanket and enough things in your car to keep warm. Try to think through, what is it that you would want to have with you if you were stuck for 24 hours in your vehicle. So there's the standard type of things, the ice scraper, the blankets, the cell phone, a good charger for your cell phone. But then also think through, is there something specific maybe to you and to your family? Is there any kind of medications maybe that you're on, or your children or somebody else is on? Even do you wear contact lenses? Make sure that you have the contact lens solution and a kit in there for you. So think through, what are the things, if I was going to be out for 24 hours in my car in the snow right now, what would I want to have? And put those in a kit and put it in the back of your car just in case you would ever need those.
Well, hopefully we do never need to use it. And if they want more information on all these important tips, where do they go? JustDrivePA.com is an excellent website. It has information on this, plus a number of other concerns that people may have in reference to driving. All right, some very good advice. Hopefully you never need to worry about breaking down, but if you do, you'll be prepared.
Thank you, Lisa. And here's our green screen for today. Your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers: the daily 134, the big 4 3190, Quinto 72044, and treasure hunt 1, 9, 12, 21, 26. Semi-pro football coming to Hazleton. That story next.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Semi-pro football is returning to Hazleton in the new year. The Hazleton Red Devils will start playing in the Great Eastern Football Association in March. Right now they are practicing in Calares and have a roster that includes several former Hazleton area high school football standouts. We have an in-depth story on the Red Devils coming your way on the next Out of Left Field. It all started when Red Devil co-owner Andre Bell, a Hazleton area resident who was playing for another team, squared off with the Devils' other co-owner Greg Crum. We talked with Bell about the team's beginnings. Plus, you'll hear from wide receiver and strong safety Andre Fisher and coach Wayne Pregin. How did the Hazleton Red Devils come about? Where was the conversations? Where did this start?
The first thing I started after the one game when I played against Greg Crum, he came to me and said we should start our own team, and I said I was thinking the same thing. So we both got up, went to the league meeting, got voted in. Then I came to the other Andre and I said, I got the team. And he said, let's do it. We need coaches, we need this, we need that. We started with 5 guys. Now we got 30.
You came up with the name?
Yeah.
Where'd the name come from? Why that name?
Because I didn't want to take it off the Cougars, because I didn't know, you know what I mean? I can't just go say, hey, let's be the Cougars. So I said, what could be closest to the Cougars that we could get their colors? And the Devils, it's red. So I'm like, yeah, let's do the Red Devils.
Honestly, Andre brought the idea to me. He's like, what do you think about making a team? And I was like, I think that's more than awesome. We need to bring Hazleton football back.
When you say that, back, why so important to you? And is it important to other people?
It's important to the community, because this town, Hazleton, is a football community. That's what we eat, breathe, sleep. We know football.
Why is this so important?
This is important to me because when I come back, Hazleton, there was a lot of hate going on in this area. And to me, football was my life whenever I was younger. And we have people coming from different backgrounds. And we have black people, white people, Hispanic people. And it's just, we need to come together. I mean, it's time to stop all the hate and stuff. It's time to bring everybody together. Whoever wants to play on this football team, you're more than welcome. And if you're good enough to beat out the person in front of you, you are going to play. There is no favoritism on this team.
Now, Wayne Pregin told me that Wayne Pregin, that's how you say his name, the Great Eastern Football Association works with the YWCA to fight racism. Currently, the Red Devils are working on becoming a nonprofit. They say no one is making money off of the project, and they are all in it for the love of the sport. If you want more information or if you want to play, search Hazleton Red Devils on Facebook or go to gefootball.com, or you can email crumgreg@yahoo.com. And again, we'll have more on the Hazleton Red Devils on the next episode of Out of Left Field coming your way very, very soon. The FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard is coming your way right now. This is action from Tuesday. The Marion Phillies beat Shenandoah Valley in girls basketball right now at facebook.com/FYI News 13. You can hear Standard Speaker sports editor Dave Seaman talk about the Phillies' 4-1 start to the season. Dave also talked about the Lady Cougars, who are off to a great start. That was during Dave Day. They beat Williamsport recently. Monoy area beat Weatherly on Tuesday. MMI, they fell to Notre Dame East Stroudsburg on Wednesday. Earlier this week, the Hazleton area wrestling team knocked off Dallas, and on Wednesday night, they beat Wyoming Valley West. The Swimming Bears of Monoy area swept Tamaqua earlier this week, and the Hazleton area girls swimming team beat Nanacoke on Wednesday. The boys had an exhibition meet against Nanacoke. Back to the mats where Nord Schuylkill came back to beat Lee Heighton, and I'd also like to mention that the Hazleton area boys and girls bowling teams, they swept Reading on the road this week. For full recaps of all of this action, grab a copy of Tuesday and Wednesday's Standard Speaker or simply go online to standardspeaker.com. Thursday is $1 burger night at Bottlenecks. Get a juicy 4th pound burger for only $1 all night long.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, Hazleton Trinity Lutheran Church, located at Church and Hemlock Streets, will be holding their Hazleton Trinity Nursery and Kindergarten School annual Christmas program called The Gigantic Star, Friday, December 19th. Shows will be held at 10 a.m. and 12:30. Everyone is welcome to attend. Holy Trinity Orthodox Church, 223 South Kennedy Drive in McAdoo will be having a pierogi and halushki sale Friday, December 19th from 10 a.m. to 5. Just call ahead 570-929-2179. Next announcement, officials have announced that the second annual Miss Greater Hazleton Scholarship Program, the official preliminary to the Miss America pageant, will take place Saturday, March 7th at the Hazleton Area High School. In addition to Miss Greater Hazleton, a Miss Greater Hazleton Outstanding Teen pageant will take place, as well as a Princess Camp for girls ages 5 through 12. More information or sponsorship opportunities, check out missgreaterhazelton.weebly.com. And finally, the Anthracite District Scout Band featuring local Boy Scouts will be performing at the Laurel Mall Saturday at 1 p.m. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Raymond E. Fisher, Sr. of Whitehaven. Memorial is Saturday at 11 a.m. at the St. Paul's Evangelical Lutheran Church. Friends may call at the church from 10 to 11 a.m. The Lehman Family Funeral Service is assisting the family with the arrangements. Ann M. Ammon of Drifton. Funeral is Monday at 9 a.m. from the McNulty Funeral Home. Friends may call Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. And Annette E. Durso of Hazleton. Mass is Saturday at 11:30 a.m. in the Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception Church. Friends may call Saturday from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Arrangements are under the direction of the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is George Williams of Ashland. George, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Cal Ripken Jr. is in Hazleton. I'd freak out like Will Ferrell in Elf, but I'm trying to be professional. We'll have a full story tomorrow on FYI. Until then, take it easy, everyone.